Hey, what's going on, everybody? Sean here of the Detroit Diz. It's a great day today, and today is the 15th of August, 2023. It's in the middle of August, and yeah, so let's go ahead and jump right into things. First of all, I want to thank all the subscribers, and if you're not a subscriber, just go ahead and mash that subscribe button, shall you? Join us supporting the channel, which is completely free, and also mash that notification bell. That way you know when we go live or upload new videos. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you so, so much. Anyways, so I want to go over a few things. If you have not been here before, I'm going to kind of like run down the format of the channel. It's been some period of time. Let's run down the format of the channel. Now, we have our golden notebook that I write in here, which is some stories from the news. I get the Google alerts for Detroit news, and I get the Google alerts for Disney World news. We are Detroit Diz. We talk about Detroit and Disney, and yeah, and we try to keep it nice and upbeat. I don't want to talk about any bad stories in Disney. There are some things that happen in Disney that aren't the greatest, but I don't want to continue to talk about them because and give them any more publicity than we need. But some of them become hot news topics, or the only news that goes on about Walt Disney World. It's just one of those thingamajiggies. Anyways, so yeah. So then also, so this is a stack right here. This is a stack of Google News from about Walt Disney World. So we'll talk about that in a few minutes. We'll go over some of these stories, knock them right on out, because the next day or so after the news happens, it basically is no longer fresh news. So my goal now is to be more up to date with the news, talking about it when it's relevant. And because after maybe a week or so, it's not relevant to talk about anymore. And also, and then in the future, coming up in the next week or so, I'm going to be doing a video about what I think making videos, my philosophy now, which is kind of come to fruition about, I'm going to give some tidbits about making videos, about what I think about, how you should make them, or what I think about all this editing and all this B-rolling and all, uploading when and all from what I take from various sources and kind of put my thoughts on it about how, to make videos, even though I'm a very small channel here, and just to put my 2 cents on it. And I, from an observant YouTuber. So anyways, and so in the future, we're going to be talking about Detroit more. We're going to be talking about Disney more often. And also, there's not going to be any drive time rants. I've decided against that completely. I don't know. It's just not a thing for me anymore. I'm going to be doing really, talk about Disney and Detroit and things, in particular things in the videos, and not just a rambling on video that's going to be rambling on forever. I will talk about I could be sounding rambling when I'm talking, discussing these topics, but I'm not going to be driving and doing that. You got to pay attention. The city walks, they are coming. Don't worry. They are going to be a thing. And that will be talked about later another day in the future. This week, I'm going to make another video about what's been going on here. Why I haven't been doing many videos this year. And what are personally going on with my side of the Detroit Diz. And then I also want to start, sharing. I'm sort of a ninja watcher, even though I'm a moderator on one channel now. but I like to really get, and I watch a lot of YouTube. That's one thing I have found out, that I have watched a lot of YouTube in my lifetime since 2009, and I've seen a lot of YouTubers change over the period of time that I've watched them. I know a lot more than the YouTubers, like the latest. Anybody who's under 20, for sure, I know a ton about YouTube, more than they do. And say the least, that I want to share channels that I think are really great. I want to start showcasing them and really giving them the accolades, whatever whatever you want to call it, the what's due to them. And I really want to take some of what they say and kind of build on maybe their ideas and what they're talking about. And I think that's really important to proceed in doing that. So if there's another YouTuber that talks about Disney stuff, I think we should be able to elaborate on what they're saying and kind of make it into a conversation. And same thing with any vlogger or any person on YouTube. If you see them, I think it's a great thing to talk about what they said and kind of discuss it and talk about it and whatnot, because it becomes like a group conversation and whatnot. You don't have to get down on people, and make it really mean and have an adverse effect on things, but you can have a conversation. So that's kind of like where we're going here with the channel. I'm trying to bring in more things, and I'll discuss. I think I'm going to make a video probably this Friday about where I sit and what's been going on with me personally, and about what my how things have changed over the last few years, and also then getting back into the groove. So Stella got back into the groove. Sean can get back into the groove, and that's what we're working on. So that's about, when I say getting back into the groove, the YouTube groove. Anyways. That's groovy, isn't it? Oh, yeah, I know. So, yeah. And also we did do a lot of upgrading here. Look, we got this, we got a lot of new stuff. We got this Shure SMB7. We've been working on the setup. We have the Rode PSA 1+1. Yeah, a lot of people don't like the fact that they have this, hey, it is what it is. And we now have the Rodecaster Pro 2. It's really nice. We have a lot of buttons. I can't remember what all the buttons are. That's one of the craziest things, is I don't remember. I'm gonna have to make a shortcut list and put it somewhere on the desk here that I can remember, like what's what on what keys, because they're really hard to remember. I mean, you have like eight groups of keys, and I could barely remember what's what in my head. Look, I'm getting old, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you could be even young and probably not remember, because it's really complex to remember them all. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. So, anyways, but I like to use them, and yeah. So I have so many of them. I have so many buttons. Hashtag all of the buttons. Yeah, so first of all, let's get this out of the way, because I had written down some notes on my funky tablet here, my gold Rhodia notebook, which really absorbs in it, because I really do. I'm okay. I have a pen fetish. Not a fetish with pens. I don't have a fetish with pens. I'm a collector of pens, including, and this is just something now you'll know, and knowing is half the battle, or just something you get to know because now you know, and you'll feel closer to me. And maybe somebody might send me in. Anyways, yeah, we don't have a post office box anymore. But anyways, but I really do like pens, and from my collection of many different colors of the Sakura jelly roll pins, which are really, I love my jelly rolls. There's a place called Blick, which is basically an arts and crafts store right here in the Detroit metropolitan area, which I go, and you can find all the jelly rolls. Now you can find them on Amazon too, or other places, but that's where I go. I like to support the store, even though it's a national chain. It's just here, and it's always been here since I've been a little kid. And I like going to the arts store and just picking them out. And the colors are wonderful, and it's nice. But I also do like expensive pins. There used to be a store in our mall, in our expensive mall, per se. They had a lot of pins and fountain pins, and I'm a very big fan of fountain pins. Let's see if this one still writes, which I hope that it did, because I did fill it up with fountain pen ink just yesterday. And yes, it is still writing. Wonderful. Fountain pens do require maintenance, and loving care and writing with them often so they do not get dried up, because that makes for a lot of maintenance. But I do like them. They come cheap, like a Lamy pin, and I don't want to make this whole vlog about pins, but they do have the Lamy. I have a Lamy pin, made from Germany, and German pen engineering, but and then the other one was another one, and then I like my pins. And the fountain pens I love them. They write well, but they have to have the right paper. And Rhodia paper is a paper that really absorbs the pen ink from a fountain pen very, very well. And you can't go wrong. Anyways, so there you have it. There's my pen and Rhodia. I've gone on my rant there. Okay. So I want to talk about a video, first of all, that Marquez Brownlee had. Marquez Brownlee. I'm really messing up his name today. Who, if you don't know who he is a great YouTuber who is friends with Casey Neistat and a bunch of other people. He's a tech guy, and I guess about a year ago he has a house. I guess it's in New Jersey, from what I understand. I don't keep track of where people live at. And which New Jersey has 4 seasons, which just like Michigan does. And he's made his entire roof of his home he's transformed it into a solar roof everywhere, made by Tesla. So all the shingles, basically, I don't think he really has shingles. He has like a roof made out of solar, and it's all one big solar panel, and it works together. And he has a Tesla solar system in his house, which cost him over $100,000. And he now has recently done a 1-year review on it. Now, I think if you are somebody who is looking for, to learn more about, about solar power, and doesn't work well in, having snow and in the winter time. If you're up north, you hear a lot of people go, oh, solar will never work in the snow, or will never work in blah, blah. I think you really need to go, whatever your issues that you think about solar, about how it works and how it doesn't work. I think watching a review video from somebody who's had one in those environments, it really is something to watch, because you will learn a lot from this review. I'm not going to go tell you everything there is to know about it, but what I can say, I was very impressed about the information that he provided. I think it was very critical and very useful, and if you were going to be making that decision about how it would work out. And I think it is the best information that I've seen anywhere, explained in a way that it isn't so complex you can't understand it, and coming from an everyday kind of person. So that is a video. It's called Solar. I can't remember the name of it, but you have to go watch his solar roof review. Marquez Brownlee. So go check it out. Okay. Then there was a video I just recently watched, and I thought it was kind of interesting, because it was about Cash Jordan, who's a real estate guy who films a lot of things about his real estate adventures and renting apartments to people in New York City. But he went to Japan recently, because his wife is from Japan, but he went there. and he was staying in a small Japanese miniature apartment for one evening. And I think that watching this video, kind of in the way that he describes it, it really talks about an issue that a lot of people really want to have affordable housing, but here in the United States, we do have a lot of places that just aren't really set up for, they don't have all the amenities that you need, and they're very small, and meaning that you're losing what your basics are. And I think this little small place, as small as it was, actually had everything that you needed for the most part, even though it was very cramped. I mean, I think it was a very interesting video. You should go anyways. You should go watch it. Cash Jordan's a great guy, and it was about the Japanese micro apartment. And his recent videos are talking about things in Japan. But we got to remember, even though everybody in the United States doesn't want to live in a 1,000 square foot home, or they can't afford 1,000 square feet. And I think that as expensive things gets, especially in New York City, and you're splitting up, you're living in a room the size of 300 square feet, and you're paying like $1,000 for that a month. I think these are good things to watch, and he has a great channel. Anyways, yeah, and then if you are watching, another great person to watch from New York, I just thought I would throw this in, is a guy who I've been watching quite for some period of time now on TikTok. His name, I can't remember his name, but it's NYC_KB, who does a fantastic job talking about New York City, and he does video tours and in-person tours, and he does a thing called Rat Talk, basically showing you and exposing the rat issues in New York City on live streams that happen on TikTok. So very, very really good TikToker there that you might want to go subscribe to and whatnot. So anyways, that's some information today that I thought that I would bring to you, and that's that. There's nothing behind me. Anyways, so so let's talk about a couple of things. So later on this week, it's now gonna be Wednesday tomorrow, and probably not be uploading any videos tomorrow because we have a lot of plans. But Thursday we will get right back to the grind. So Thursday, look for something new. But and it'll be Thursday the 17th. You should be starting to look. The 17th of August. So you should be looking for something. Okay, so a lot of news, is going on, and I think the video that I'll be making next is going to be talking about, what I think about Disney's, their money situation, all the comments about Bob Iger, what his future plans are, the third quarter, results, and in his plans of the future, what everybody is talking about Disney and Apple and Disney and their TV stations and their networks and all of their assets and the the earnings call. And when I think about it all, and then because there's a lot of headlines out there that really, if you were thinking about investing in Disney, you may not do so. So I really want to, as being somebody who loves Disney and wants it to continue on, not just the parks, but overall everything, I think it's really important to really, we're not talking about that, really get into what I call the and I want to really give some information. I think you should really stick by the company. So anyhow, so one of the things I could we can talk about right now, right quick, is that there's a lot of people who are writing writing a lot of articles about how not crowded, uncrowded, how low the crowds are in Walt Disney World because of whatever reason. I mean, that's about everybody's talking about where are the crowds? Where are the crowds? Where are the crowds? Where are the crowds? But then I see articles, which is very interesting. I see articles like, for instance, amidst dangerous heat wave, hordes of crowds return to Walt Disney World for sold out events. So are we having zero crowds? Are we having crowds that are maybe saving their money, spending their money, not during the day, but going to after hour events like Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, which is completely sold out? What is it? What I mean, either it's sold out or they're not sold out, or people are just not there, or maybe they're at Epcot, maybe they're not at Magic Kingdom, maybe they're, I mean, look, when you have to take, and this is how I see it, okay, when you have to pay $150 for each person, including your kids, to go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. That's going to be, let's say you have there's four of you, that's $600 for one evening, plus a hotel, or maybe that's one stay of your night. That may cut down on the number of nights, or, it's a lot of money for one night to go to something. Now, that's almost the same price to get into the parks for that day. So, maybe that they're, instead of paying $120 to get into the park that day, maybe they said, yeah, we don't go to the parks during the daytime. We're going to forego that, and we're just going to pay the $150 to go to the sold out evening extravaganza of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know. It's just a guess. Or maybe they're just trying to, this one says peak heat index hit 112 degrees Fahrenheit at the Walt Disney theme parks this week. That was like a week last week. I mean, it could be maybe they're excessive heat and they're just don't, I mean, kids get cranky, people get tired, heat exhaustion hits, be safe. Don't hurt, don't exert yourselves trying to walk around. You could easily do, 10 miles in Walt Disney World, walking around the parks. And if it's that hot outside, or you just he wants to stand in the heat, and, maybe it's so hot that they just don't want to stand outside for 2 to 3 hours in line for something. I totally get it. But it says that scorching heat, and this is an article. Scorching heat leads to massive wait times at Walt Disney World. Record-breaking heat impacts Disney World as warnings have been sent out where places like Walt Disney World are located. Scorching heat leads to massive wait times. I don't know how don't ask me how massive wait times are created by such hot. That's crazy. I don't get it how they do that. But anyways, that is about what we're gonna be talking about later. So is that one. That is another one. Let's see here. Here's an interesting one. If you did not know, the Mummy returns to the Haunted Mansion at Walt Disney World. The Haunted Mansion opened in 1969. That's right when the Hat Box. Remember, we just got the Hat Box in Walt Disney World because they got it first in Disneyland. I mean, everything comes first in Disneyland. If you didn't know that. Anyways, it was one of the original attractions was the Mummy, and so I guess they're bringing back they brought back the Hat Box, they're bringing back the Mummy. Good things are coming for the Haunted Mansion. I don't know. It took a movie, and so everybody is now. If you've watched the movie, I have not watched the movie. Shame on me, Sean. You have not watched the movie. You should be, But I have not watched the movie, and I have to catch up with the Joneses, or in the movie watching business, and catch up with the Haunted Mansion. I have not seen it. I don't know that it's out on Disney Plus yet, but I'll have to maybe go to the movie theater. I don't know. But yeah, so I think that's incited all of the Hat Box and the Mummy. The Mummy Returns. It sounds like one of those movies. The Mummy the Mummy Returns was a movie, but the Mummy Returns to the Haunted Mansion, not a movie. Could be because of a movie. I'm just saying. Oh, let's see here. Um, yeah, that's not true. I'm sorry. It was another article about something. Um, Here is an interesting tidbit that you must know about, especially if you plan on watching all these new series. They have another Star Wars series that has come out, or it's going to be coming out. You should watch that. Haunted Mansion will probably be there eventually on Disney Plus. But here's some information about Disney Plus that you may or may not already know because it's news, and I haven't talked about it until just now. Disney is going to be boosting prices for the ad-free Disney Plus and Hulu services. Vows to crack down on password sharing. You will not be able to share your Disney Plus or Hulu or probably ESPN password with your friends and family or your buddies or your ex-girlfriend or boyfriend or wife or husband, your kid or whoever, if they don't live in your home and you're logging in somewhere else. They will know Big Disney is watching. I don't know. But anyways, they're going to be boosting the prices. Look, they're in a world of hurt. They have been putting movies out on the Disney Plus soon thereafter that they were in the movie theaters. I don't know if they're they were doing that. I don't know if they are now. And they weren't making that much money. And Disney Plus is my thoughts on it, and this is just mine. And that was part of this earnings thing that they. This thing here probably came out there right a few days later that they are cutting down on password sharing and raising the cost. But on top of that, they did talk about putting Hulu into the Disney Plus, combining Hulu and Disney Plus into one app. And and here's my theory about that. Why even continue to have ABC programming having their own app combine that too? So why not have Disney Plus, have Hulu, have ABC Plus, or ABC, whatever they call themselves in the streaming world, and combine it all into one, so I can have all of my content from the Disney company in one place, except having ESPN, which is going to be sports betting now because they're getting into the sports betting realm, probably to beef up some more numbers and drive people to watch ESPN. Anyways, I really think that they should do that and combine ABC into all this one-stop shop watching, and they would probably do a lot better. So I hope they hurry up and make it a thing. Then you don't have to pay separately. I know you pay a combined price and you get, I think it's like $19 a month. Maybe it'll probably be like 20-something now, probably 25 or who knows what for Hulu, ESPN, and Disney, right? Anyhow, and ESPN is taking on a gamble with launching online betting will it work out for them? Probably so. If they do it just right, it's going to be interesting. But yeah, anyways, Disney creates a task force of AI, and I'll keep that in the earnings thing I'm going to be talking about, but that's very interesting. The AI, they're going to be using artificial intelligence, that is not alien intelligence. Just to let you know, artificial intelligence, not alien intelligence. Once again, you're not going to be, look, it's artificial intelligence is what it says. It's not going to be. It's called AI, and it's not alien. It's not the pizza. The aliens from from Toy Story. So they're not going to be thinking it up. Just letting you know. Those guys, they're still going. Ooh, okay. Why Disney reservations just got easier to book? We have to look into that. That's one I haven't figured out just yet. I have to go. Have to inform myself more about that. Okay. Blah bump. Okay. Let's see here. Disney World. Yes. Okay. 3 Disney deals and discounts now available. Let's see here. Offering 2-day Florida resident ticket. That's a new thing. If you are Florida resident, they're always drumming up deals for you. Unfortunately, I like to have more deals from out-of-staters. Just my opinion. They have revealed the Run Disney shows off the medals for 2024 Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend. So you could be planning right now for your Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend, and you are getting excited because you already have seen the medals. Show me the medals! Yeah. All right, and then there's some rare characters in a Disney World's Boo to Be parade. So if you are one of those people who have gotten tickets before they've been all sold out, so you can be out in the heat, even it's going to be dark. The sun will be down, and so it won't be as hot. And I can understand people. That's probably why they're there, because it's not so hot at night, right? It won't be 112, but yeah. But you'll be able to see. I don't know which ones. I didn't read the article to its fullest, but there will be rare characters, in the World's Boo to You parade. And I think, just a rumor from what I heard, is there's going to be more sparks coming off of those shovels this year. Just saying, because Malnificent. I messed. That's a bad name for a dragon. I can never say it. Maleficent. That's the name. Maleficent. Yeah. I probably am not pronouncing it correctly. It's some type of Florida language I cannot do. Anyways, but yeah. So that dragon that breathes fire. That's the word for him. That dragon that breathes fire, that caught some other thing on fire over at the mountain where Mickey Mouse is at, called Fantasmic. That dragon, or something like that, is not going to be probably prancing around with, maybe he will be, but will be fireless like it was before, when it almost caught something on fire before. So, Disney World, fire, bad. But rare characters, good. Anyways, that's all I have for you today. It's been a great one. Hopefully you liked what we talked about. You'll come back, mash that subscribe button, and come back for more, because we will be back here on Thursday talking about what happened on the earnings call, all the great ideas, all the hype, what's all the headlines about it, everybody's ideas, and yeah. And I'm gonna look at the stock price too while I'm at it. It's still up there. It's their stock price is faring better than some companies. And anyways, thanks for watching, and for now, have a great one. Over and out.